So, hello everyone. Okay, so we are going to see, or I'm going to show you what you did this week. And we are going to practice. So first, I'm going to do like a short review of the alphabet in Spanish. So if you want, you can repeat it. It's not necessary to turn on your microphone to do it, but you can repeat it so you are going to remember the pronunciation. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then H, I, J, K, L, M, N. So H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Then we have this letter that it's the extra letter that we have in Spanish that we don't have in English. It's the letter ñ, 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 ñ. O, P, Q, R. Probably this is going to be one of the difficult letters to pronounce. S, T. Perdón, S, T. Then again, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, S, T. Aquí tenemos U, V, W, X, Y, Z. U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So in this case, when we want to spell, because sometimes we don't know how to spell the words in English or in Spanish, we use the alphabet. So for example, today, I would like you to spell, for example, some words that you consider that are difficult in English for you, okay? So who would like to start? Whatever word you want from English that you consider difficult to pronounce, for example, or a word that you like. I mean, not something like easy, no? Not something like so, S-O, no, of course, something like longer. A word that you consider difficult for like Spanish speakers.
I can spell the word excellent.
Okay.
E, X, E, L, L, E, N, T.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, did you not hear me spell it?
Yeah, you're spelling.
Okay. E, X, C, E, L, L, E, N, T.
T. Okay. Do you know the word in Spanish?
Excelente.
Good. Excelente. It's very similar. So good. Excelente and excellent. Cool. Who's the next? Whatever word you want, or something you consider difficult for us, I mean for Colombian people or for Latin American people to pronounce, or a word that you like.
Oh, okay.
Like what?
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do E N T A is G. Oh, sorry. E N T
E-N-N-N
E N T
T
A
E
L L A
E
E, excuse me.
E
A
yes
A N
N
N T.
T. Good. Do you know the word in Spanish?
Intelligente. Inteligente.
Exactly. Inteligente. Inteligente. Muy bien. Who's the next?
I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Ere,
Ere,
A, essay, pay, O, NA, SA, E, B, E, LA, E, T, yay.
¿Sabes la palabra en español? Do you know the word in Spanish?
I don't.
Responsibility.
Can I help you?
Meeting.
Responsabilidad.
That's fine.
Responsabilidad. Okay. And the last one.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm trying to think of a word.
Whatever word you want. Something that you like, something you consider long, or something you consider difficult for us to pronounce.
Okay, I think I got one.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say se, o,
Se,
o, ka, e, ese.
okay. ¿Sabes qué significa en español? Do you know the meaning in Spanish?
I can't think of it right now. I should know it because I love cookies.
Okay, so
¿Cómo
it's
se dice?
Yes.
¿Cómo se dice?
galleta,
Galletas.
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 Actually, if you see, this is a very difficult word because in Spanish it's completely different, you know?
Sí.
This is three words are very similar, but this one in Spanish is super different. But we have to add something to this, and it's that you guys have two different words. You have cookies and you have crackers, but we have just one word. When we want to refer to crackers, we say galletas de sal o galletas saladas. Okay, so cookies are galletas, crackers, galletas de sal o galletas saladas. Okay,
What is saladas?
it means salty.
Ah, okay.
Salty. That would be salty. And let's try with language. Who would like to spell this word for me, please? Language.
Um,
Go ahead. L,
L, I,
E,
N,
N. Are you sure that would be E, the second letter?
A,
Yeah. Now, the fourth one. G,
U, A,
mm,
G, E.
E. Perfect. This would be idioma. Idioma. That would be the word in Spanish. Idioma. 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 And let's try with this one. Oh, something that it's curious now that I write Spanish. In English, you usually have, for example, months with a capital letter at the beginning. In Spanish, we don't do that. We only used the capital letter when it's a proper noun, like the name of a city, town, or country, and the name of a person, and that's it. Or the name, of course, of a company or something like that. But other words, no. So who would like to do this one? Spanish.
I can go.
Okay, go ahead, please.
S, P, A, N, I, S, H.
H. Good. So you are learning español. Español. Okay. So that would be the word. Okay, guys. So do you have maybe any question about the pronunciation of some of these words? Or some of the letters from the alphabet that we have here? Okay, so I'm going to put this, this, and this. This, I consider these are the 5 letters that students find more difficult to pronounce because they are similar, okay? So this one is going to be J, J, J. It's like the sound of the H sometimes in English, J. This one is going to be a different letter, but it has the same sound here. G, G. So we say J, G. Then we have R, R. This is like when you have this word you say er. So we just need to add another e here. And you say ere. So you don't finish the sound in you finish it in e. Ere. That's the sound. Then we have ñ, and we have h. These would be the names of the letters, but I'm going to move. This is class 3. We need to return here, but we are going to move to class 4. Yes, please, Jerry.
Can you do the double R? It's the R, right?
Oh, that's even more complicated because this would be like with a double R sound, and we do it like strongly, like R. And I'm going to stop this so you can see my mouth. So we do R. I don't know if you can see that my tongue is like vibrating. So it's like vibrating, it's moving really fast because I'm trying to do the sound. So we do it like that. R. Okay, so in order to practice that sound, we're going to do something. You like tongue twisters? Because we're going to learn one of the most difficult tongue twisters we have in Spanish. So we say, R con R cigarro. R con R barril. Rápido ruedan los carros cargados de azúcar al ferrocarril. So we say R con R cigarro, R con R barril, rápido ruedan los carros cargados de azúcar al ferrocarril. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Maybe this is going to help you. One of my students, he's from, where is he? From Connecticut. I don't know if that's close. I mean, I don't know so much about the locations of cities.
It's close to me. It's close to New York.
Okay, so he told me that the way he learned this word, because he actually is 75 years old, and he's learning Spanish because he's traveling to South America very soon. And he told me that he learned this with the word, with this word, rat, because he said, I do the sound like this. And I say, okay, if you can remember it, that's fine. So R, and if you listen, actually it's the same word or the same pronunciation. So R con R, cigarro. R con R, barril. The difficult thing here is to put an extra word or an extra letter after, because R con R. But let's see how you do it. So who would like to start with this tongue twister?
I'll go.
Okay, Jerry, go ahead.
R con R cigarro. R con R barril. Rápido ruedan los carros cargados de azúcar al ferrocarril.
Perfect. Very good. Very good. Who's the next? Actually, that was super good.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Sorry, gracias.
Con gusto. That would be, you're welcome. Would be con gusto. But you know what? I don't know if you guys say like you're welcome when you are like welcoming a person, but when my students, my Colombian students are learning English, they believe that when I say you're welcome, I'm saying like bienvenido, like welcome home. Okay. So this is something that it's curious about Spanish because you use the same word, welcome. So it's super confusing for them. Con gusto, it would be after
What's the
gracias.
same
So-
matter?
So bienvenido would be Y-O-U-R, welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, imagine if you come to Colombia one day, I'm going to say to you, hey, welcome to Colombia. So that would be bienvenida o bienvenido a Colombia, o bienvenidos in plural. And yeah, I heard something, and it's de nada. De nada. That would be the same of con gusto o de nada. You're welcome. De nada. Well, like, for example, I am in a conversation and someone says, thank you. So I say, de nada o con gusto. So, yep. So, Sherry, you coming? You're
Yes.
going with the, okay, go ahead.
R con R, cigarro. Can you turn yours down? R con R, barril. Rápido rueden los carros, cargados de azúcar al ferrocarril.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh my goodness. You're so good.
Gracias.
Yeah, I mean, I really mean it. I mean, my other students from the US, they said things like completely different, you know, like it's a little bit difficult for them. You guys have a good pronunciation. Who's the next? Lauren or Terrence?
I can go. I was trying to
Okay.
practice on mute, but it sounds
Okay.
horrible. Ere con ere cigarro. Ere con ere barril. Rápido rudan los carros. Carga,
Cargados, yeah.
cargados do azúcar al I can't.
Ferrocarril.
Pero carril.
Carril.
Oh,
Ferrocarril, yeah. So you just need a little bit more of like, how can I say that? Like, it's just to produce a little bit strong sound because the pronunciation is good, but you just need the strong sound in the r. Like when we are learning Spanish in Colombia, our teachers from kindergarten, they say, okay, let's sing this song. So the cars make, and they say like, run, run. So we do the sound of the cars. And for us, it's a little bit easy because we learn the sound from the beginning. But I have students, they were born in the US, and when they return to Colombia, like 10 years later, 15 years later, they don't have the sound. And so they need to learn it. So something that you can do, it's to like to see in front of the mirror if your tongue is vibrating like more or less 1 second at least, or half of a second, with like an effort, because you need to do a little bit of effort and going with your tongue like R, 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 R con R, cigarro. So, but let's try just with ferrocarril, Terrence, just that word. Ferrocarril, like doing the effort there, please.
I
don't want to.
Ferro carril.
That's the effort. Yeah. You see, of course, it's complicated, but something that maybe it's going to cheer you guys up is that we have people that are native speakers that can't do this sound, you know? So to be able to do it when this is not your first language, that's awesome. I mean, that's great. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, it feels funny when it's vibrating there, you know? That's true. Okay, and Lauren.
Okay. R con R cigarro. R con R barril. Rápido ruedan los carros cargados de azúcar al ferrocarril.
Perfect, perfect. Lauren, are you sure you are not a Colombian person? Because it sounded like one of my friends talking, you know? Yeah, man. And I have a question. I think Jerry, Lauren, and Sherry are like from a close sound, but Terrence isn't, right? If I'm not wrong from the last class that we mentioned it. Because according to the sound of the US and according to the pronunciation of your English, this can also helps, you know? So that's curious.
Wait, can you say that again? What was the question?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jerry, Lauren, and Sherry, you guys are like from a zone and you live close, right? And maybe in this zone, the accent or the pronunciation of the R is similar, but I am not sure if Terrence it is from the same zone.
No, yeah, I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, yeah.
We're from Colorado.
I'm from New York.
Okay, so you're far. I mean, well, cool. But something, for example, Desiree is also from Colorado, and she also has a good R pronunciation. So maybe you guys have an accent in this zone that helps you a lot with the sound. That's cool. Okay.
That makes
Yeah. So I'm going to send it through the chat. And you can write it on your notebooks and then you can practice it. I'm going to ask this tongue twister again next Saturday. Okay. So I was telling you that I was moving to the class 4, but I am going to return to the class 3 again. So in the class 4, oh, no, sorry, class 4, no, it's here. It's in the class 3. It's just that I didn't see it. In this class, we have some differences in some syllables that we have because it's kind of similar in English, you know? For example, I know that this word and this word sound completely different. Why? I mean, I'm an English teacher, but sometimes I don't understand the rules that you guys have in English. I mean, I think that you just learn them by a natural way. In Spanish, we don't have that. We actually have a rule for everything that we have in English, in Spanish. So the first thing that we are going to learn, it's here. We are going to learn the sounds of the letter C plus the vowels. So if we have C and A, C and O, and C and U, we are going to do the sound of K. So we say Ka, Ko, Ku. So for example, we are going to say Kama, Kama. That would be a bet. We say Colombia. That would be Colombia. We say cuarto. Cuarto. That could be fourth, or that could be room. So as you can see, we have the sound of K. Cama, Colombia, cuarto. But then if we have C plus E or C plus I, we have a different sound. We use the S sound. So we say, for example, celador. That would be a watchman. Celador. Or we can say cielo. Cielo. That would be sky. Sky. So remember, C-A, C-O, C-U have the sound of K. C-E, C-I have the sound of S. K, C, C, Ko, Ku. So what happens if we want to have a sound like Ke or Ki? So we are going to use this. We use this like querer. That's going to make the sound of K and E. This is to want or to love. And we can say quiero. That would be I want. So this is the rule for the letter C. Okay? Rule for the letter C. So K, C, C, Ko, Ku, and the extra sounds Ke and Ki, those are going to be formed by Q, U, E, Q, U, I. Here, maybe, do you have any doubt or something that you would like to ask me? Okay. So now, let's go to this part. Now we have the letter J with the different sounds that it has. So we have this that is super easy, and it's that with J, everything sounds like with H. We say ha, he, he, ho, who. So we say, oh, well, let's try with this. Jarra, jerarquía, jirafa, joropo, juego. A jarra would be a jug. Jerarquía would be hierarchy. I don't know. I don't know how to spell that word in English. And then jirafa would be giraffe. Joropo would be joropo. That's a typical dance of Colombia. And juego would be game. So in this part, we don't have any problem. The problem appears here because this would be ga, go, gu. Ga, go, gu. We have gato, like cat. We have goma, like gum, gum. We have guante, guante, like glove. And it's okay. But the thing is that if we have GE and GI, we have the same sound that we have with the letter J. We say he and he. So usually my students in Spanish, sometimes they have mistakes when they are spelling because they probably put the letter J instead of G when they are writing a word. Like, for example, some of them write this to say jirafa. The sound, it's perfect, but the spelling is incorrect, okay? And unfortunately, there's not a rule to know how to write the words, you just learn them. But for example, jirafa is going to be always like this, although you know that in English you have the letter G. And then if you want the sound of ga, go, and gu, but with the letter E or the letter E, you are going to put or to add a letter U between G and E or G and I. And in this case, you are going to have the sound of ge and gi. Usually these combinations are for names. For example, Miguel, that's a name. Guillermo, that's a name. So I have a question for you. What would happen if the person Miguel spells the name like this? What would be the pronunciation of this name, like without the U? Yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
Miguel?
Exactly. And what would happen if instead of Guillermo, we have this?
Guillermo.
Guillermo, yes. So that's why it's important to have that letter U, so the names are going to be pronounced correctly, okay? Actually, there is a curiosity with my name because I'm going to tell you a story. My parents put this name to me because of Michael Jordan. My father was a big fan of Jordan, and so he said, no, but if I put this in Spanish, because it's in Spanish, people is going to call him Jordan, you know? And that would be like the name of a town in Colombia, like a small town in Colombia. So I don't know what happened, and someone suggested like to change the A and to put I here, and I put this name. And then I discovered that this name already existed with a lot of people. And actually, once I met a student, a Spanish student from Boston, and she had my name. So she told me like, she thought I was a woman, and I said, I thought you were a man, you know? And so I discovered that this name can be for both. So it could be for a woman and it could be for a man, that's good. And the pronunciation that I always say of my name is actually like the pronunciation in English, because I pronounce my name like Jordan, never like Jordin, although it would be the correct pronunciation in Spanish. So there you have something related to the pronunciation of things. So my name in Spanish would be Jordin, but if someone calls me like that, I am not going to understand. Okay, so, and that's it related to the pronunciation of words and syllables. Do you have any question? Anything you would like to ask?
I have a question.
Yep.
Because you had mentioned querer. So that's to want.
Yep, to want.
So desear that's to desire, right?
Yep.
So I hear like yo quiero Taco Bell, right? But no one ever says yo deseo Taco Bell. So when what would be the difference between querer and desear?
Okay, so that's actually a super good question. So when you like quieres or querer something, means like you want to have it, you know? It's just something that you want to have for the moment, like a coffee, or for example, like something to eat. Yo quiero esto, okay, in that specific moment. And you didn't plan it. And when you use desear, it has two different meanings. First one is when you like wish something. For example, imagine that your whole life you wanted to study, or you desired to study, I don't know, at Harvard University. It was your dream since you saw the university. So you said, oh, yo deseo estudiar en esa universidad. Like I wish to study, or I want to study in that university, but it's something like with a previous feeling. And you are not going to say like, uf, deseo un café. Probably yes, some people is going to mention it, but for example, it's like, I don't know, you are in a very cold place and you know that it's impossible to find coffee there. So you really, really want that coffee. It's like a stronger feeling, you know? So that's desear and the first option. And the second option is when you want a person, but usually it's sexually. You desire this person sexually. Like, it's like when you see the person and you say, llame, okay? So here in Colombia, we say, ish. That's an expression when we say, when we see a person and that person is so attractive that we say, ish, beautiful. So that's the desire, okay? So that's the big difference. Querer is just like for a moment, when it means like you want something. And desear is like a stronger feeling. But querer is also to love. So people say, te quiero. When people say te quiero, it's like when you say to one of your friends, love you, okay? Love you. So that's also something super common. So te quiero. And when it's stronger, we say te amo with the verb love. So we say te amo, that would be I love you. But that would be like the real feeling in a relationship, like in a couple. Maybe any doubt about this? No?
Sorry, I couldn't unmute. That was great. That was a great explanation. Thank you. That makes sense.
Okay. You're very welcome. So remember, querer is like something you want for a moment. Actually, our women are super, I mean, they have a strong character. In Colombia, they have a strong character. And when you say to them, te quiero, they are going to say to you like, for what? Because, you know, it's the meaning of, I want this for a moment, you know? So they say like, yeah, me quieres for what? So why do you want me in that moment? But if you say te amo, that's the best way to express it, if it's the feeling. And then we had the numbers here. Oh, I'm going to delete this. We had the numbers here that I hope you did your homework, which it was this. So let's see. I have 4 people and I have 5 numbers. So I'm going to help you with the first one. It would be 2024. 2024. So who can help me with the second number? I'm going to put it like this.
I can do it.
Okay, go ahead, Lauren.
4567.
Perfect. Let's go with this one. Who can do it? The third one. Go ahead, Sherry.
Cuatro. Oops. Sorry.
Mil.
Mil. Cuatro cinco.
Ajá.
Seis. Set.
12. 12. And Jerry, that one.
Nueve mil ochenta.
800.
Oh, 800. 4.
40.
40.
Ajá. 40, look.
Okay, 45.
Perfect. So Terrence, I don't know what happened. So this would be 5,527. 5,527. Okay. So that was class number 3, numbers, pronunciation, and the alphabet. And in our class number 4, we have the plural of words and the gender. And this is also the article. So we have la or el, which is going to be a female article, and el would be the male article. Lo is going to be the neutral article. But there is something important, and it's that in English, you just have one definite article. We have 4. La, singular for female, las, plural for female, el, singular for male, and los, plural for male. And these are some rules related to female words and male words, okay? I mean, this is something just to memorize. It doesn't have like an extra explanation or something. But remember, this is like 95% or 90% of the time. Sometimes you could have or find exceptions, okay? So, okay, I'm going to put this. Any doubt or everything is clear? Okay. So I'm going to stop